Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to Betrayal in Antara, where, once again, we find ourselves facing pirate archers, our dreaded nemesis. Well, we managed to make it all the way to the Montari city last time, and unfortunately talking to Chi was a bit of a bust. Dang, bruh. Wow. Yeah, that's generally how I start when it comes to these guys. Phew. Not a strong opening, but then last time, you know, we went through a lot of these guys. They're probably due for a little bit of revenge. So yeah, we made our way all the way from Imanzi and Briala down via Aspreza and Balmestri back here, almost to Sortiga, where the Montari live. And unfortunately, Chi just didn't have much to say about our plot hole. So in this stream, I'm going to try and explore a little bit more of Pianda, now that we have returned and found it so wide open for us. I want to see what else is new. Someone is going to have a clue. Because since we're down here anyway, even if we find out nothing about the mysterious hole, it's still worth exploring. We know that because in previous chapters, like Chapter 3, we went back and retraced our steps and found a lot of really cool stuff that we would totally have missed had we not done that while it was available. So I definitely want to take advantage of this, see it as an opportunity, and you know, we have a plan. We know that we need to take that note back up to Choth, and so, like, that's always in our back pocket, literally in this case, since it's a folded piece of paper. So if we get well and truly stuck, or if we search for a long time and just aren't turning anything up, then we have options. Let's see here. This will help a little bit. Oop, no. Haha, I grabbed his lucky charm. Alright, let's try that fight again. Now this time, watch us go. I'm going to cast it on William and run him back up there where he was before, and then all three of those archers will fire at Aren instead. Nope, that's one. Okay. Well, just skip their turns. That's fine, I guess. Sure. I like that way better. TBPH. Okay. This fight's already going better. We'll be rid of these dudes in no time and be on our way. I have been debating about which direction to go first because on the way to Sortiga is that, like, the whatchamacallit, the intersection, sorry, the intersection, that goes up through the middle of Pianda towards Lagano. And I feel like because Sortiga is so close to there, that I kind of want to go ahead and hit Sortiga rather than, like, going back and forth too many times. But then if we don't go up the middle to Lagano, like, we have to do that at some point, right? Because if we don't, we're never going to get there, because it is in the center. It is not on the way to anywhere else. So my thought is that I'll hit Sortiga, and then rather than go on up to Panizzo, maybe from there we can go up to Lugano, see what we can see. There's one down, and this one has been quite softened up. Look at all these arrows they're wasting. I love it. Come on, William. Oh, Aren's turn again. Okay, sure. I'm trying to make the most of that potion. There we go. We know he'll go down, but also this will hopefully increase his spell accuracy, which is starting to get to a respectable rate. We're closing on 60, and I'm very happy about that. As we discussed in the last stream, spell accuracy is one of the most difficult skills to level up for a variety of reasons. So I've been very pleased that we have gotten onto this strategy of using, like, you know, low-cost spells like Hotfoot and so forth in order to make that happen. Here we go. 10 phases sounds good. Yeah. Because all of this is kind of happening in, you know, one turn, so he's just two-fisting these potions and then also getting a spell off. Because of course we know that some spells or some items are multi-use items, so it's like one armorer's hammer that's got 14 good uses in it before it is worn out, versus like the Sen Water. I have to assume that that's like a cluster of 25 vials of Sen Water. I don't think that it's one giant, like, 5-gallon jug that has 25 drinks of Sen Water in it. It could be. But I think that it's much funnier to envision it as a bunch of bottles, because then not only is, you know, our boy here clattering as he walks, but also it's just really funny to me to he's got 3. Why isn't that stack? See, that's one of those where it's like one bottle of oil that has X uses instead of so many things of salve or what have you. But then imagine when I drink 10 of these at the beginning of his turn, he's just chugging down like 10 potions real fast. Yeah, exactly. You need one of those hats that has like the curly straws on the sides of it that just go straight down to your mouth like they wear at baseball games. Right? And you just have Sen Water on both sides. All you have to do when you need healing is just slurp. Okay, he did not take a hit. Here, we're going to be selling that sometime soon. That should give enough room to use. There we go. Let me mark this. There we are. Excellent. That second go was a lot better. I'm sorry that I opened up with such a devastating loss so quickly. Okay, so here's our intersection. This is going to go north to Lugano. That's going to go west to Sortiga. Since we can literally see Sortiga from here, I think that it's kind of a waste to not go there first. Obviously, we're going to have to rest, because there's more pirate archers between us and Sortiga. I swear. I'm so tired of these yahoos. Okay, let's see if we can get the drop on them, though. No, really? Game. Game, please. Okay, well, Alright, let's start with William again, because it seemed like last time when he closed in, they all shot at him. Good. Okay, that worked out. Now, let's protect Aren as well. Since there are only 3 of them, hopefully we'll get a little bit more bang for our buck out of these armor light spells, because the battle will not last for quite as many rounds. Hey! Now that's what I really like to see. Loser. Since there's only 2 of them now, I'm just gonna let William handle it. And we are going to kind of sit back and let's try for like some low-level hot foot spells. Yeah, that's always hysterical to me when that happens. I mean, I hate when we do it, but it's still kind of funny. There is very little in this game when the combat is starting to drag on a bit that is better than, like, say, an enemy mage throws out a big hotfoot spell for like 30 damage, and it just goes right through William and hits some poor bandit on the other side who's just like, no, why? I thought we were friends. The enemy mage is just like, you thought wrong! I trusted you. Well, that was your first mistake. William. Buddy. Now that he's really well pinned down, we don't have to renew the armor spell. Oh, see? Okay. That's what I was just talking about. 1 for 1. We're even, I suppose. There, now there's no way you can hit William by accident at that angle, surely. He's getting a lot more consistent even without using a Breda's Conduit, so... I think I mentioned last time that as frustrating as it can be to raise some of the stats in the game, like spell accuracy, when you do start getting them up into the higher values, there is a distinct and noticeable difference, and I appreciate that. Because in a lot of games, especially RPGs, where the numbers get really big, you know, like you might have a magic stat of 250, and you have 75 speed and 900 defense and whatever, it feels like the numbers just don't mean anything after a while, and you can't always tell what difference they're making. But one of the things that I do like about Antara is that 1 or 2 points in something can make a real difference. Okay, now if I remember... Okay, this was an herb shop. Yeah, because this is where we got, like, nutberries. We could buy Fadali leaves. We sold them a lot of Fadali paste. And we can buy some more Sen water, which is good because we're a little bit low. Give him that. We will manipulate things later. For now, I'm just gonna buy 2 things of Sen water. There we go. Now, did they have an inn? Oh, hey! Oh, this is the, oh, okay, this is still part of the quest line with the jealous brother whose sibling was marrying the girl that he loved, and we found out that they had run away together after we fixed their wedding situation. The sweet sound of singing encouraged William to knock. The woman with hazel eyes opened the door and smiled at the party. Wasn't it you who returned the rings to Benji? Let me tell you what happened. After Benji misplaced the rings, he realized that would only postpone, not cancel, his brother's wedding. When you returned the rings and cleared the road of Montari, it gave him the courage to do what he should have done from the first. William understood. He declared his love for Charisse and ran off with her? Yes, isn't it romantic? Of course, his brother and Charisse's father are livid. They've gone after the two in hopes of bringing them back before they're wed, but I know something they don't know. The priest of Henna has already performed the ceremony. He doesn't believe in arranged marriages where there is no love. Cherise said she wouldn't have married Benji without the rings, which are family heirlooms. She said it would have been a sign that the gods didn't want her disobeying her father. But seeing as you found the rings, she told me to thank you and give you these potions as a token of her affection if I ever saw you again. Oh, cool. An even more happy ending. Because we found out that they had fled to... I can't remember if it was Durst or Friole. I think it was Friole. Frito-Lay. But we found Benji and Cherise. So they have their happy ending, and it all comes together because remember that we had to take out all of the Montare between Legano and Sortiga so that the priest from the Church of Henna up here could get down there, and then also had to dig up the rings from the beach. So if we had left any of the different components of that quest unfinished, then presumably they would not have had their happy ending. Something different would have happened. So the work that we put into it paid off. And for some reason, they gave us 2 Malkir's serum? That's an odd choice, I have to say. Because Malkir's serum is like the Berserker potion. That feels odd. Got a 63 rations. That's plenty of rations. But there we go. Alright, let's get back up to full here. And then we will double back and return to Legano. Oh good, we're waking up first thing in the morning too. I'm just, like, Malkir's serum is not my play style, I guess you would say. There we go. Did his haggle skill just go up? Oh my god. All this time spent trying to get his haggle skill to go up, and the best we could do is 31. And then we sell those with Aren and his haggling skill goes up. Okay, sure, whatever. That's fine. I do not care. I wonder if the old witch is still here. I liked her as a character. Don't see her, though. But then again, she's presumably no longer relevant to the game. Oh. Did he need... Okay, I just wanted to double check. Check this out, too. His repair is up to 75 now. His stealth is at 74. Lockpicking at 73. Scouting without the ring on, 62, which I should put that ring on. He's doing great. Yeah, hopefully she did, but although, if I remember her story correctly, I think that somebody burned down her home and she was now a vagrant. So I don't know where she would have gone to. Nonetheless. His stealth is 71. Spell accuracy's gotten up to 54. That's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. And look at all of these 80s here in this section. He is at 77 with movement and 75 with charm. These two will be done very soon, and then we can switch them off to something else. Oh, we have a new spell! I just checked a few minutes ago right as I was loading up the stream, and this was not available. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, Antara seems to have the same kind of housing crisis, and I hope you can hear the air quotes in that, like, the US does, where there are more empty houses than there are homeless people, but no one's allowed to live in them because we're a failed state. Maybe that's the betrayal in Antara. It was the capitalist system all along. Let's see what this new spell is. Okay. Wear your ears there. Wear as in W-A-R-E. I'm sorry. I don't know why I used that old-timey word. Shield your ears, because this might get loud. Blizzard! Cold area, range, and create. Awesome. Okay. I am going to guess because we have some other weather type effects. Yep, you guessed it. I think that you told me Blizzard was coming, that we were going to get an AoE cold spell at some point. So I'm gonna guess that this is not like Fireball where it just explodes in a burst of cold, but since we already have some other type like weather control spells, that this is gonna be more like Monsoon or Thunderstorm, where it's going to either create an AoE that maybe moves around the field.
Listen.
Or it's going to create a persistent effect that's going to strike multiple targets. Okay, we didn't learn it quite that quickly. I was hoping maybe that's what that sound was, the level up sound, but we'll get to try it out before too much longer. I'm not too worried. Okay, let's do Armor Light on William. And we're going to have him move up and threaten this guy. Hot Foot? Yeah. I figured. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put Winter's Kiss on, so that way he can't hurt me with his Hot Foot spells. And I'm just going to kind of let him hang out, because if all he can do is cast Hot Foot, then our fire protection spell will negate that. We might learn something from watching him cast. And he's just going to exhaust himself by casting scaled up Hot Foot spells anyway. Apparently his spell accuracy is no better than ours. Oh, really? So many of them are getting away recently. I hate it. Oh, that was a bad move, my friend. Let's see if we can give him a taste of his own medicine. I want to raise cold rather than fire. Here we go. Let's go for this. Come on, Aren, make us proud. Yes! Very nice. I was hoping to take him down because he would have had low stamina due to casting all those Hot Foot spells, but, like, that works. That's also fine. We'll get another shot in. Yeah, he looked like it. That's what I thought. But it kind of makes sense because he put, 3 Hot Foot spells out on the field, and, I mean, he's not casting them at 1 stamina the way that we are to increase our skills. He's casting them like at 20 stamina a pop on average, because usually when we do get hit with a Hot Foot spell, it deals 30 damage. So that means that he spent probably 60 stamina very quickly. And I mean, that's most of what Aren has, so if that had been our mage, we might have run too. At least we're getting a few practice shots in. I'm almost tempted to go back to Sortiga and rest again to recover back to full health rather than camping. Because Logano has a tavern, as I recall, and not an inn. Oh, good. More scent water. But whatevsies. I'm going to go ahead and there we go. We'll just give him 2 because Aren has 3 stacks anyway, so that way he's got a full stack. And there we go. Now this was where we met that Gaunish mystic who taught us water magic. But he likewise is no longer relevant to the story, I suppose. I did put the Ring of the Ranger back on. Okay. Go ahead and rest, fellas. Oh, see, that's exactly what I was afraid of. Running into a battle in the dark. That's okay. It's just 3 of them, so I think we'll be alright. Some of their strategies get fairly predictable, and I don't know if that's because in the game's code they may have had, or may have, I guess it's still, I shouldn't talk about it like the code doesn't exist anymore when I'm playing the game, that they may have, like, a script set up for specific combat encounter groups, because that's a thing that you can do, right? So, like, whenever we encounter 3 pirate archers, they always act in a certain way. And that could be a thing, but I'm not sure. Rest here. There, that should make it hard to shoot me. Or to shoot Aren, rather. Nice. I'm hoping to avoid the need for an armor light spell. But the reason I mention that is because some of these fights are starting to feel a little familiar. Wow. Okay, good shot, I guess. Can hardly be mad. Like, I feel as though I know what to do when we encounter a group of 3 pirate archers, or 4 pirate archers, or, you know, 3 archers and a mage. I ought to know, considering how often we've run into these groups. I know that this is, like, the combat system is one of the things the game was sold on. It's one of the things that they took a lot of pride in, and something that people who originally bought the game were looking for when they did so. Wow, yeah, I would run off with 2 hit points. Whatever. But, this chapter here, just this trip down to where we are, it's starting to become a bit of a slog, and I'm perfectly willing to admit that I'm getting a little bit bored of how many battles there are. I feel that we've reached a point where almost like they've thrown them in because there are these long stretches of empty road and you need something to do.
Does it seem awfully quiet?
See, look at this. You literally cannot go 5 feet without running into another encounter. Either an ambush or a regular one that you can see. Yeah, and this is, like, this is unusually more than there have been historically. They tend to be, I feel like, fairly well spaced out to predictable distances, and just in this chapter, like especially when we went to the Montari Warrens there at the end, I think I literally fought 20 battles in the space of, like, you know, a handful of steps. And for me, that's just too much. I enjoy the dialogue, I enjoy the writing and the character interaction, the puzzles, the treasure chests, and generally, like, I'm not saying the game is not giving me enough of that, it's just, man, this chapter has worn me out with the combat. But, the upshot is, our skills have drastically increased. And so that means that future combat is going to be a bit better, especially because we now have what y'all have told me is the best sword in the game, and it is blessed on top of that. And we have access to, although we have not yet procured, the best armor in the game, I am also told. And if that is true, then I suspect that we are kind of over the halfway point and maybe moving towards the climax. If there's not going to be a whole lot of equipment upgrades remaining in the future. But what that means is that our skills where they are right now are going to be pretty solid going into the next chapter or few chapters. Where, you know, if we have 80 melee and 80 defense, or maybe if the next couple of chapters increases that to where we can have like 100, then that's gonna do us, right? We should feel good about that. Okay, Aren. Let's see. Go ahead and take 5 of these. And being able to afford send water like this makes it so much easier. It really does. Because back at the beginning of the game when money was scarce, and I felt as though I had to hoard our consumables, that was a big deal. Now I can feel the difference that it makes to be able to just be like, well, here we go, I'll just drink 10 send water and, you know, it'll be fine. Because I can always buy more. It's not a huge thing anymore. It's no longer going to break the bank. We have access to more resources, and of course that means that things go a little bit smoother. So I feel as though, whereas in previous chapters, there was kind of a difficulty spike where all of the enemies had higher skills and better equipment, and it became very noticeable sort of as soon as you stepped through the gate. In this chapter, there was some of that, because these pirate archers have been tough opponents, and they keep throwing them at us. Like, that's all we have fought. There has been almost no variety, except for a handful of field worms here and there, and 1 or 2 groups of bandits or mercenaries. It has been nothing but groups of like 3 to 5 pirate archers. So not a big fan of the pirate archers, but I feel as though the difficulty spike here has been less quality and more quantity. Like, it's all about how many they're throwing at us to wear us down, as opposed to how powerful each individual enemy is. Maybe. I'm starting to wonder. Because surely there has to be some kind of explanation, right? Oh, good. 63, 66. Okay. Yours got damaged, though, surely. No? Okay. Alright. I ain't mad. His defense went up, too, which is great. Spell accuracy is 55. Nice. Ooh, 78. Just a couple more points. Might help that along by casting some Quicksilver or something in the next couple battles. 67% there. 2/3 of the way, almost exactly. But yeah, I feel like the quantity over quality question in this chapter indicates that maybe we're reaching a point of saturation with the enemies in terms of now there's only so much that they can do to create variety. Okay, let's just go ahead and stay at the inn first thing, because I want to rest. Hey, is that our old friend Scott? It looks like it. It is.
What are you doing here in Logano?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Oh my god, he's worse than me. Oh, well, he's got some news for us, though, which is great.
Scott, you'll never believe what's happened to us.
I think I might. All of Tokoro is buzzing with it. Broadsheets with your descriptions are undoubtedly plastered on every city wall throughout the Empire. Knowing your sterling characters, I assume you had the misfortune to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Am I right?
Yes, that's exactly how it was.
2 wrongs did make a right.
I've been in your shoes before, although my misunderstandings were of a more personal nature.
Giggity.
What did you do?
Ran like hell, of course, as fast and as far away as possible.
You ran?
Courage is overrated, Aren, and often confused with stupidity.
Fair.
If I were you two, I'd seriously consider a long sea voyage. I hear Lanaga is lovely this time of year.
Well,
May your roads be dry and cool, and your...
May your wit
Bravo, but you're a pair.
and well.
I was hoping when I saw him that he might teach us some more magic or, you know, something else, but that's still interesting. It's nice to see him. Okay. Yes, we will rest until we are healed. Okay. I know I just clicked in there, but bread, roast chicken, leg of lamb. Okay, so nothing we need. Well, I suppose it would be a crime not to check out these houses. Oh, and the shop, too. Oh, yes, because this is like a magic shop. Yes. I forgot that we could buy potions and things here. Oh, and sell brooches. And there's the Ring of the Ranger. That was our very first magic item, I think. Sell the brooch. He's not going to give us much for it, but that's fine. Buy these, will you? No, okay. Don't think that there's anything here that we need. I love that he sells sapphire shield stones, but he won't purchase them. Like, come on. Essence of the Wind. We have a couple of those. Halder's Brew, always good. Do we need to buy any right now? Probably not. How are we on Sen Water? Because I just used a bunch. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and... That's our Sen Water that we sold him before, apparently. Because there's only 16 in a stack, and they only ever sell, like, full stacks. But if I'm going to pay 41 burles for 16, I might as well go ahead and pay 65 for 25. So, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, the guy who sold spooky chicken sticks would not buy our spooky chicken stick. Very unfortunate. Huh. I feel like I remember this, but it's been a long time since we were at Logano, so the broken windows and unhinged door indicated the house's vacancy. William stepped across the threshold into the gutted wreck. Broken furniture, slashed bedding, and smashed crockery littered the floor. William turned over a headless doll with his foot. Oh, thank you, game, for making it unnecessarily creepy. Looks like the Montari hit this place pretty hard. I wonder what happened to the family who lived here. Aren grunted. This gives me the creeps, like walking into a tomb. Let's go. Yeah, in reading it again, I think that that's the same from the last time that we were here. Do I remember this? William knocked repeatedly. Hello, anybody home? Sergeant Calix, are you there? The door opened so suddenly that William almost fell on his face. Who are you? What do you want? William improvised. We're friends of your neighbor, Rose's... Rosie? What about her? She said we should pay you a visit to, thank you for defeating the Montari. William was surprised to see the sergeant blushing like a peach. Oh, well, it was nothing, really. So, Rosie sent you over, eh? William laid it on thick. She said that without your courage, the entire town would have been wiped out, or starved to death. Calix's stomach growled. Yes, we've all been on quarter rations. It'll be a while before supplies start coming in, and in the meantime, I guess belts will be worn tighter this season. I don't recall that conversation before, but probably... No, okay, we had to have gone through this before. Because... like, they're talking about the, now this I don't know about. But the other ones were talking about the Montari attack on Lugano, that's in the past. This, though... William pounded on the door until his fist ached. Finally, his efforts were rewarded with a hoarse shout. Get away! We have the pox here! William turned toward his companions. Companions, plural. Odd. There's no ribbon on the door. The rest of the town seems fine. What do you think? What do you think? Should we force entry or should we leave? I don't remember this. I feel like this is new. The other part feels like a redo sort of thing, but this I feel like I would remember this. Well, okay, yeah, something's not right. I'm gonna save it just in case. Let's see what happens. Oh, the heroes circled the house, looking for the best point of entry. The boards covering a rear window were loose and gave way to a cautious tug. All right, on the count of 3. William rushed the window, followed closely by his companions. They tumbled into the house, then jumped to their feet to confront the occupants. Coarse teeth, William gasped. Stacks of boxes and heaps of bags covered the floor. We've stumbled onto a den of thieves. And they don't look too thrilled to have uninvited guests. William drew his sword as the party was rushed out the door by the horde of hoarders. Okay, this has to be new, or we would have done this, right? Okay, well, there's no reason not to go whole hog here. That's movement-based, right? Let's cast that on him. That way if they come up next to him, he can still cast spells. Like that. Okay. These guys don't seem very tough. There's an inn literally behind us. Let's go big. I'm surprised that guy stood there. I figured if they have that few or that low of a health situation going on, that if we did a big hit, they would run for it. Interesting. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like I would remember this. Well, we don't need a whetstone right now, but at least we know where there's one if we do. We've been to Lugano so many times. I don't know. That feels weird. It feels really strange. Ah! Oh, there's the guys. Yeah, because, see, for example, they're carrying ale, and, was this not the town where the tavern keeper wanted some ale? And I feel like if we had picked up ale off those dead bodies, then we would have attempted to give it to him, at least. There we go. Do you know anything about these thieves?
I look.
No.
May
Okay.
your roads be...
Alright, well. Let me mark that there's a sack there, just in case. A lot of odd things happening. I see some field worms over there, too. Okay, well... Gotta decide where to go next. That's gonna take us back to Amatsi, which eventually we do need to go that way. We know we can go to Sortiga. I want to explore and see if we can visit Panizzo and Midova as well, and maybe Aliero. I'm guessing we can't go over the bridge through Midova, probably, and get back to, like, Waterfork and Ticoro and stuff. Ticor is most likely still off limits. Well. Do you all want to go to Panizzo? Do you think? And try, because that's where William's dad is. We might not be able to go in there because that's one of the walled cities where when you enter it has like a map where you click on the inn and things like that. Midova, I think, was the same way. Aliero was not. That's like a little mining town. If we're going to go to Panizzo, we can just go this way. That's probably the fastest way to Midova, though, too, and then we could hit Aliero, we could loop up this way, and go back to Amatzi and Briala through there. Maybe that's the thing to do. Well, I think I want to try Panizzo first, just to see if we can. Okay, we can't stealth these guys, so... But they also aren't much of a threat. Let's get a little practice out of them. We'll hit them with a couple of hot feet. They have no armor, so they take the full damage from our cool magic sword. If you did not see the previous episode, then of course you can go on YouTube and you can find the whole playlist there. I cast Adrenaline on William and he was dealing like 130 some damage a shot, which was wild. It's very satisfying. Huh. You know... That's not a crazy idea. If I remember correctly, and y'all may have better memories than me, I am positive that I tried using a shovel on it. And that did not work, obviously. But I don't have a pickaxe with me, so I wouldn't have tried that. That may be worth an attempt. And if that's the case, then we can get pickaxes in Aliero since it's a mining town. So maybe that is the way to go. Okay, let's do that. Let's I'm gonna go to Panizzo, And then we'll clear out that little bit of road between Panizzo and Sortiga, just because if there are other encounters there, I want to knock them out and make sure that that way, if they're carrying anything interesting, then, you know, we'll have access to it. Then we can head north to Medova and go back towards Amatzi by way of Aliero. So, well, I looked for that too, and I mean, he did give me, yeah, this right here. He gave me the note, but because this was from what's his name, Locath, I think, to give to Lieutenant Burge, or I mean the other way around. Wasn't it? Wait a minute, did I say that right? Because I knew that I had the note, but he gave us rations to take to him, which I gave to him. And that seemed to satisfy him. So is this for Lieutenant Burge, or did Burge give this to us to take back to Locath? I was thinking that's what it was. Oh my god, did I just overlook that? Is that what happened? Is I just forgot that this, I'm supposed to give this to Lieutenant Burge? Okay, well, we will try that. When we get back to Amatzi. Is it? Okay. Oh, wow. So maybe all of this running around, maybe I just did a dumb. Oh, boy. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Now I have to drop all of this crap. I hate that they don't auto-equip shields when you put them in their inventory. I mean, you can't... Oh, well, because you have to re-equip the shield. Because that's the problem. You don't want to equip them automatically. Just armor. I was trying to grab this and switch them out so that way he could do that right there. There we go. Pair 76. Very nice. That's gone up to 56. His melee went up a little bit. Oops. One more point. One more point. And we know Blizzard, so we need to try that out in our next battle. Yeah, so, okay. Oh, okay, so wait, so I had the right idea, I just didn't give him the note. Oh, no. See, I forgot that Locath gave us the note. By the time we got down to Lieutenant Burge, I thought that Burge had given us this to take back to Locath. Okay, if that's the case, I'm going to go straight back up to Amatzi because it's closer. Basically right around the bend here. And, okay, well, boy, I feel smart. I'm glad I have y'all to help me out, because otherwise I swear I wouldn't get jack done. Yes, surprise the enemy. There we go. Okay. This will clear up a space in our inventory, and then we have cleaned out the road between Amatzi and Balmestri, so we can just go straight back to Chi. Okay, this has to be Blizzard. Yeah, duration 1 times 2 phases? That's the first time we've seen that. Initial strength 8, target any hex. Creates a moving cloud of ice and snow 3 spaces wide. Anyone in the blizzard takes the blizzard's strength and damage, which decreases every other phase. Okay. I see. 4, and then 8. Okay, so for every 4 stamina, it adds 8 to the strength and 1 to the phase. Okay, I see. And it decreases by 1 step every other phase. Interesting. Alright. So, there we go. So that's what I was thinking, is this is going to be like monsoon rather than thunderstorm. Ooh. A very nice. Very nice. And this is a movement spell, isn't it? No, this is strength. This would be movement, though. Let's trap this guy over there. So he'll have a hard time getting away from the blizzard, and that might also help us out with that last little bit of movement magic that we need. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I like that spell. So it deals more damage than Monsoon does by quite a bit. Monsoon just doubles electricity damage also. I'm going to put this on Aren so that he's not hurt by his own blizzard spell. Yes, please stand there so the blizzard can, like, move over top of you. William, buddy, you doing okay over there? I'm sorry, what? Oh, you're joking. Okay, well, I did not take this seriously enough because these are not pirate archers. These are just like, you know, regular bandits or mercenaries. So I drastically underestimated them. Wow, okay. I am sorry. And they all got away anyway. Okay, well maybe this time we can get a little bit better strategy. Alright, first things first. Here, we'll just do this. Well, yeah, of course, if you drink that much sun water, anybody would be fine. I just didn't think that I needed to, is the problem. Go. There we go, got both of them that time. So now I know a little bit better what I'm doing. Thank you for your assistance. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna have to do that. Nice. Very nice. Do not shoot him with arrows. What even? There you go. Good. The blizzard went back on him. Suffer. Okay, I can see the damage decreasing. Like in the spell description. I see what it's getting at. Okay, I'm going to hit this guy. Okay, I'm not going to hit that guy. He's going to block with his shield. And then we're going to Tortoise Bind again. And let's hope that the blizzard catches him. Oh, it ended. Okay, well. It's alright, we have other ways to improve our cold magic. You are not getting away. There. That'll take care of that. Revenge! Vengeance! Alright, let's make absolutely sure that should be enough. That this guy doesn't get away and that we get that extra point in movement magic that we wanted. Oh man, he's good with that shield. Wowee. Okay, let's see here. I wonder, does this stack? I mean, I know they can both be active at the same time, and I wonder if the movement reduction stacks. Ooh, I think it does. That shield again! Wow! Okay, Aren can't really do anything this time, so... Oh, man, with 2 slow spells on him and he got away. William, you useless. Oh my gosh. He has all of the speed of, like, one of those shopping carts where all 4 wheels want to go in different directions, but, like, in a pool of tar, like a dying dinosaur, upside down, spinning in place. He's very slow, is what I'm saying. And it's painful. Painfully slow. There we go. Just painfully slow. Yes. Molasses in January. Going uphill. Like steam off molasses in January going uphill. Okay, at least we can see Amatsi from here. There better not be another encounter up here. There wasn't before. Okay, good. I should put this ring back on him. Alright, we've come all this way. I'm going to go stay at the inn real quick. Because it's almost night anyway. His stealth did go up. Oh, there's the 2. Also did. Remove went up to 72. Very nice. Movement is at 80. There we go. That's what I wanted. Cold is at 68. That's not bad considering we just got that, like, I think this chapter. 72. Okay, so movement is coming off. I'm actually going to leave that there while we rest. And that way the other ones that he has ticked will go up quicker while we are resting. There we go. And then I can step out and we will get an accurate look at all of his skills and where they are. Okay, so 72, 77. This one's getting ready to go up as well to maximum. Magic is already ticked. Resist is at 80. So we've got poison, strength, detect, water, remove, and touch. Touch is the one I'm least interested in, even though it probably does need to go up. I'm sure that there are some other spells that are locked behind that we don't have yet. But I prefer for Aren to fight from range anyway. So I'm thinking... I'm thinking either remove because it is the closest, or water because it is the next closest. Those will get to 80 fairly quickly, even if we're not actively using them, and then we could switch it off to yet another skill. And then when this one hits 80, we could put it on the other and they'll go up faster. And then what I'd like to do is I think probably after that switch to detect, because that one is... I want to know what else is locked behind this paywall, but we're not using a lot of detection spells, so it's not going up on its own. And then strength. I really would like to increase our strength magic. So I think I'm going to put it on remove for now. Yes, save our changes. No new spells. Okay. Alright, I'm trusting y'all here. This is the right thing to do. I'm gonna feel so damn stupid.
Are you Lieutenant?
Okay. He's got it. Here's the sealed note. Okay, here we go. Regret incoming.
Here's a note from Locat.
Oh my
It
God.
explains.
Well then, that's a different foot in the boat, ain't it? No recruits, eh? Still nothing for you to do just now but wait with the rest of us.
Wow. Okay, on the other hand, though, I'm glad that it was that simple and that it was a short trip to fix it. And then if it's like you said and we're supposed to go back and talk to Chi after this anyway, then that means that the effort we put in last stream getting to him was not wasted, and that's what I really care about long term. I don't mind making a small mistake. Big mistakes, I mind. Small mistakes I can live with.
What exactly are we waiting for, sir?
It's a sticky situation, men. Our objective is to take the estate, capture the local lord, and escort him off his lands.
The local lord? That's Lord Garson, isn't it? We've dealt with him before, sir. Had to disinfect ourselves thoroughly afterwards, too, if you know what I mean.
Apparently, the locals aren't too happy with him either. They're paying us plenty to unseat him. Unfortunately, we weren't quick enough. He had time to drain the moat, pull back the bridge, and drop the gates right in our faces. He's holed up inside with his men.
What's your plan of attack?
My men could take his, but we can't get in. With the new provisions, we could probably outlast him in a siege, but I don't think we'll get the chance to test that hypothesis. Scouts saw Trakar leave the manor a short time ago, no doubt sent for reinforcements. We need to wrap this up quickly, and that means finding a way inside.
He has an interesting voice. Okay, so I'm guessing the hole is part of that. Alright, and yes, absolutely. Yeah, don't let me leave without clicking on the hole again, although that is absolutely my intention. Okay.
Which way did the Trakar go?
It flew southwest. The men tried to shoot it down, but they weren't expecting it, and you know how fast a Trakar can move. I'm sure it's carrying a message to Garson's supporters. If additional troops arrive, we'll be caught in the middle. That's more action than we bargained for.
Have you tried to get inside, Lieutenant?
Yes, with no success. We tried digging under, but none of us are engineers,
Okay.
and the tunnel collapsed. Building a bridge across is out of the question. The moat is wide, and there aren't many trees in the area.
There are trees
I also
everywhere.
thought about hiring Trakar to fly us across, but not only would that cost a small fortune, it would be impractical as well. Burdened with a man's weight, a Trakar would be slow and a likely target for archers' arrows, if he could get off the ground at all. Frankly, I'm out of ideas.
You haven't attempted the tried and true solution of, like, just heaving an animal corpse across with a small catapult, perhaps?
If nothing further is needed of us,
Permission?
Okay. Plot hole. Okay. Now we get different dialogue. I certainly wouldn't want to try it, Aren stated emphatically as they stared into the stalled-out tunnel. It looks like it would take weeks. He stopped short when he saw the look on William's face. It would take a Montari. William looked over at the puzzled Aren. He forestalled any interruption with a raised hand. They're not normally violent, Aren. It's the drought that's been causing the unrest. He paused, thinking for a moment. There's a Montari warren east of Sortiga. Maybe we can talk them into lending a hand, or perhaps I should say, claw? Okay, it's interesting that from the way this reads, I'm getting the assumption that, like, the writer here thinks we did not fully explore the area and meet Chi or Nkudi or do that other stuff earlier in the game. Because William is telling Aren that the warren is there as though we haven't been to it 5 times. And literally done quests there.
Lieutenant
The new
Okay, he has nothing else to say. Okay. Alright, this closes our loophole. Okay. So I was on the right track. I was just missing a step because I am a fool. And I have been keeping bad notes. Because I just did not write that down. I had all the right notes, just not in front of me. They were in my backpack. Look, there aren't many trees around. No comment. Presented without comment gestures at Forest. Okay. Alright. But this actually, in a way, this kind of makes me feel better I guess. I'll say better. Because what this kind of tells me is because I was on the right track before, even though I was missing a clue, that means that, like, the game and I are thinking in the same direction. So I feel like the game did do enough, and has trained me well enough from our adventures up to this point that I think I got what it was trying to do, or guessed what it wanted me to do next, where it wanted to send me, even though I did not have all of the instructions. So, yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, because the game really does not hold your hand. It doesn't. But to me, that's one of the signs of a good adventure game, is that I feel as though the game has taught me, playing Antara has taught me, that when I saw a mysterious hole, one of my first thoughts was Montari. And that's what the game obviously wanted me to do. Now, of course, when I just did things the correct and simple way, it came out and told me, like, hey, this is where you need to go next. We're literally sending you to, this correct location or whatever, to a named location. But even without that clue, without that bit of dialogue, I got what the game was putting down. So that was my mistake, absolutely, for sure, not the game's mistake. Oop. I'm steering in the dark, so there we go. So the game was doing things correctly. Yeah. That's something we haven't really done, actually, is this. We have not accessed this flashback thing basically at all. And maybe I should start using it, because I've been keeping handwritten notes, and when I forget to write something down, you can... Whoa. Spooky. You just kind of jumped out at me there. But you can see what happens. We still would have gone through, all of this area down here and killed all of those pirates, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. It's mostly an order of events thing, where all of this that we've done, all the travel on the road, all of the encounters we cleared, that was going to happen regardless. Instead, I would have come down this way and done it, having had that conversation and knowing for sure, instead of it just being a theory, instead of it just being a guess, and then it would have borne fruit at the end of last stream like I wanted it to, instead of having to go back up here and then double back in this one. So it cost us a little bit of time, but not too much, and I'm pretty happy with the way things have played out.
Hello, you're a gold... Oh,
Right, okay, yeah, we've met Chi. Okay, here we go. Now he wants to talk about the mercenaries.
Listen, Chi. We know some, men who don't care for Garson any more than you do. They want to dig under his moat, but they're not skilled and their tunnel keeps caving in. Think you'd like to lend them a claw?
I'll send my work crew out that way immediately. In fact, I'll even go along to supervise.
Ooh.
What I wouldn't gamble to see the look on Garson's muzzle as he watches his moat suddenly become as dry as the waste.
Okay.
It was good to talk with such a worthy human.
It's wild
But
to
there's
think that
much work to be
this
done.
is Andrew Thatcher, I think was his name.
We'll be on our
And
way.
so is Aren. One of you told me that last time. That's the same voice actor that does Aren, also does Chi and Rawl, which means he's got pretty significant range, and his ability to do interesting vocal tics like the growling and snuffling and stuff for the Montari and the Grulf is pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan. Whoop. There we go. Back into the light. Okay. And now it's just a straight shot back to Amatsi. It's true. This time there was no like, hey, you know, sure, we'd be glad to help, but first could you bring us the MacGuffin from, you know, the Mountain of Doom after you kill the horrible death dragon? It's just like, oh no, Garson, fuck that guy. Absolutely, we will help you. In fact, I will come personally to make sure that he is destroyed utterly in exactly the right way. With skill, precision, and prejudice. And honestly fair, because I agree with William. He put it really well. Every time I deal with Lord Garson, I feel like I need to disinfect. He's just so greasy. Slimy. He's a real bad dude. Even more so now that we have basically confirmed, you know, without using the big R word, that, you know, he assaulted that girl. What was her name? Elizabeth, I think. So, like, now on top of everything else, that too. God, I hope she kills him. I hope she gets him personally. I don't want to rest again because we're so close, but... Ugh. Oh my goodness. We've got to be almost there. Yes, okay. Going around the corner, going around the corner, going around the corner. Alright, here we go. Now, let's talk to Lieutenant Burge and give him the good news.
The new recruit.
Ahaha.
We talked to Chi, the Montari leader, about helping us dig a tunnel into the manor.
Yes, we did.
Yes, I know. The Montari digging crew is here and hard at work. As soon as they finish the tunnel, we'll come at them like a ferret through a rat hole.
What an image.
Never could have done it without your intervention. Rather than keep men of your caliber here to mop up, I'm sending you back to Locath with a report detailing your part in this matter. I'm sure he'll find you a task more suited to your particular talents.
But no, I don't want to go back to Choth. I'm invested in this conflict now. Like, I want to... I want to kill Lord Garson. Please, can we stay and kill Lord Garson?
If nothing further is...
Permission granted.
Okay, well... He's given us another sealed note. Okay, now this one is actually from Burge to Locath. So... Whew. Okay. Well. Yeah, exactly. I kind of want to stay here. But... I'm assuming that this means this is kind of the end. Like, this seems like what we needed to do. So, I guess... Okay, and I can't even click on the hole now. I was thinking it might say something like, the sounds of Montari, you know, digging wildly echoes up out of the opening. So, I don't know if William's dad is capable of being proud. Yeah, we definitely, that is one thing we must do, is we are going to get an Onyx Blade when we go back to Choth, and we are going to go back over here to Torlith and get some Montari plate for everybody and get it blessed. All of that blessed here at the Temple of Kor. I will do that in between streams, probably like right before we go back to Choth and talk to Locath. I think what I want to do, that's going to be how we finish, or how we start the next episode. I think what I want to do with the rest of this stream is I want to push on ahead and go see if there's anything interesting to do in Aliero, Medova, and Panizzo, and if it will let us leave here to go back to Tikor, which I'm almost positive it won't. Because I don't want to miss anything good in these 3 towns if there is anything to be had. So I'm going to go back and explore these. If there is anything, great. If there's not, then at least we'll know, and we can complete the chapter and be on our way. Okay, well, we knew that there would be these guys, at least. It's always going to be more of them. Because I believe that y'all told me that to expect that next chapter is when we are going to... we're going to play Kaelin and Rawl again one more time before she rejoins the party. Which that makes sense, because this is the second time that we have played with Aren and William by themselves, you know. So it's only fair that she also gets a second chapter to herself before they reunite. And then you don't tell me necessarily, but I'm predicting that let's see, that'll be chapter 7. So I'm gonna guess that there are not more than 10 chapters in the game. I'm thinking there'll be 1 chapter of the 3 of them being back together again to kind of ease us back into having a full party and get us used to that before we go into another chapter. And then chapter 9 maybe will be the finale. Or if there is a chapter 10, it's probably going to be fairly short. Like maybe that will be the end and it will all be in the city of Antara itself or something like that. That's my guess. Here we go. Let's just do this. Wanted to boost strength magic anyway. Is that the only spell you know, bruh? I mean, like, that's fine, just... like, whatever, I guess. He's just gonna cast Unseeing Eye on us over and over again. I mean, sure. If that's what you want. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. There we go. And it looks like we don't need a lot more armor light because these actually do seem to be genuinely... ooh, that was a fireball. These seem to be genuinely, like, less powerful enemies. Okay, can he get over there now and get the wizard? Because if he knows fireball... Oof. Oh, good. Thank goodness he's got terrible aim. I love that. You know what? Valid. Because there are definitely some times that I feel that way about Aren. Just like he's doing his best, which is unfortunate, perhaps. I don't know if I can get that guy with something, maybe. I don't think that I can hit him with anything that's gonna take him out in one go. Can I even... Okay, I can. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna trust our new spell accuracy stat. And my trust is betrayed. That's the real betrayal in Antara, right there. Y'all just saw... Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Really appreciate your company and your assistance on this adventure. That was Betrayal in Antara. God. Alright, let me put a marker down here. Okay, that goes up to Aliero. I guess... Let's go there first, because then we can just go straight on to Medova from there. Oh, more of these guys. I wish you could stealth these things, and for whatever reason, you can't sneak up on them. It's not a huge deal, it just, you know... These are little enough threat that these are great, I think, to grind Aren's melee skill on. Well, that one went down in one shot. Some of the others had more hit points. Yeah. It's just like the meme of the gold star that says, "You tried." That's what's on his tombstone. He was a Bob. Bob the Wizard. I have to explain that.
Shh. Listen.
Ah, a surprise for us. A nasty, horrible surprise. So... When we play Dungeons and Dragons or some other tabletop game, a lot of my friends and I, we have a kind of a running joke that, you know, for every Gandalf the Grey or Elric of Melnibone or, you know, Belgareth the Sorcerer, there has to be like 150 Bob the Wizards, because just not everybody can be that guy, right? So that means that you know, Bob the Mage out here is just doing his best, and his best is what it is. And you know what? We celebrate that. Sure, like, you know, why not? Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Hey, good job, Aren. Bad job, William. Ooh, that one did energy damage, because it cut through his armor light spell, so that was a magic arrow. A bad and naughty arrow. Oh good, it missed. I've learned to hate archers because, like, we didn't get a lot of chance to use our archery skill back in the beginning of the game, when I feel as though it would have really made a huge difference. Because the game didn't give us arrows. They were too precious of a resource. And by the time that we became able to supply ourselves with enough arrows that it felt comfortable to use them, my God, you're joking. Wow. Well, this is a case in point. You know, it's kind of like the spell accuracy stat. Unless you deliberately slow down and grind it, you know, then by the time that archery was something that we had the currency to spend on it, so to speak, it just was no longer really viable. But enemy archers seem to have a great time. they do really well. They hit consistently, and every time they do, you know, it seems like when you have spells and melee attacks that deal, you know, like 60 or 80 damage a shot, then it feels as though an arrow dealing 20 damage or 15 damage really isn't anything. And that's not true because you can see how it adds up. Now, of course, counterpoint to that, they have like 3 and 4 archers in a group who are all shooting at the same target, whereas historically, even though William can use a bow, we have had one archer maybe sometimes, which was Caitlin. So that is part of the difference, is they can pile on like 75 or 100 damage in one round, in a single round. And we just cannot put out that kind of damage output with a bow and arrow for our party, so... I'm just gonna ignore this guy because he's the melee dude. I gotta take out these damn archers. That one goes first because he's got the magic arrows. Whatever they are. Ugh. At least these dudes go down in like 2 hits from Everedge, but at the same time, see, look at that. Oh, do you see them use strategy where this guy turned William around so that dude could shoot? Gross. Only we're allowed to use strategy. Dislike. Big dislike. Let's see if we can take him out and save William a turn. No! Haha. Still gonna have to hit him. Okay, I think I saw, as the arrow was on the screen long enough that time, that I think I actually saw that it looked like a flaming or a corrosive arrow. Man, I'm gonna have to hit him again. Don't miss now, Aren, that's a lot of stamina. There we go, thank goodness. Okay, I feel better already. Phew. I've gotten to the point with, like, the pirate archers have been so strong, and they've been such a consistent threat that anything that's not a pirate archer now, I admit that I look at it and go, eh. And so I'm just underestimating these threats. Haha! You don't get away, not this time. Nice. Phew, okay, that felt a lot better. It felt good to catch that guy before he left. Ooh. This chainmail has flaming resistance. And yep, there we go, flaming arrows. Talakor dust, yep, so that's what it was. Had flaming arrows. Ooh, that would also probably explain why that one guy took the least damage from the fireball, too. Because fireball does do less damage to secondary targets. But one guy took like half of what the other 2 took that weren't directly hit by it. It must have been that he was the one wearing the flame retardant armor. Okay, will we make it all the way to Aliero without any more encounters? Probably not. So shake your magic 8-ball and it's just like, signs point to no. Okay. Shh. Oh, Lord. Can we fight this fight in the morning? Ooh, hey. Defense went up. Scouting. Good. Spell accuracy increased again. See, usually, once in a while we'll get a big jump. But it seems as though most of the time even if I really deliberately grind it out, I only get an increase of like 1 point from a battle, which is part of what makes it very difficult to level that skill up. But of course, if you know that, then you can deal with it and account for it. Okay, Aaron. I'm gonna take a risk. I need that supplementary DPS. Oh. I knew as soon as I did that like they would all be archers. Okay, but he only took 1 shot. He only took 1 arrow, so that's all right. Yeah, they're very polite. Because we've seen that before. It's like, as long as you can't physically see the enemies, then you're safe somehow? Oof. Flaming arrows again. Ooh. Dislike. Man. There we go. They pulled it out on us. Okay, Jeebus. Let's see. Can I get up there? I can get over here. Yeah. That must be what it is. If we had decent food, you know. Okay, it looks like some of them are running, so I'm just going to move him into melee to make this guy go down faster. I was going to cast a, like, protection from fire. Or, what's it called? Thermal aura or something like that. I can't remember. To protect him from the flaming arrows, you know. But maybe I still will. Winter's Kiss, that's it. Here we go. I'll do it anyway because that guy might get off 1 more shot, and that way Armor Light will block the physical damage. And okay, and he's gone. Well, that's all right. There you are. More flaming arrows, more roast chicken. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh, I should check because I want to make certain that... Okay, this is the one I want to keep an eye on because it's at 78. So, Charm is very soon going to be maxed out, at least for this chapter. Yeah, I like the spell names in here. It makes me think of the Dark Eye, which is basically like European D&D, you know? Man, all these ambushes, dang. Where, you know, instead of having a spell and calling it Thunderbolt or Lightning Bolt, it's called, like, Lightning Find You, with an exclamation point, even. You know, or they'll have spell names like, instead of haste, it will be called something like, you know, on the wings of the wind, or something like that. Oh, I have played all of the classes in Dungeons & Dragons. I have my favorites, and it's usually some flavor of wizard, or if not a wizard, a spellcaster of some type. But I have at least tried all of them. My least favorite is probably Barbarian. And part of that, I think, is just because, to me, Barbarian is a word people use to describe a warrior from any civilization where the people are wearing fewer clothes. So, like... Barbarian doesn't need to be its own job. It's just a warrior that has a battle trance or a battle frenzy. And that's the only thing that Barbarian is really doing that's special. Now, of course, like, 5th edition has helped with that. Probably the best edition of D&D so far. But I like Wizards because of their versatility and because it's possible to kind of have a solution to everything, but also to specialize, that kind of thing. Oh my goodness, y'all. They're so far away. Look how tiny they are. They're way off in the distance. They're fighting way back there. We can barely see them. Good luck, boys. Phew. Come on. Just one more hit. Oh, now he's going to try and run. Hilarious. Oh my god, and he got away too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess that's legitimate. I was about to complain about, like, sometimes it seems as though the game will just randomly give additional movement speed or movement distance to enemies. And it feels like at random enemies can just get away from 14 hexes away because they feel like it. And it's like, we can't do that. So that's a little irritating. But that was legitimate. It's just a movement of 5. That's our movement. I'm not going to complain. The Motherlode. Okay, so at least we know that we don't have to buy a pickaxe now. I am going to have to buy some more send water, though. Damn. He bought that bracelet, which means... Okay, we have this. I'm going to keep this pearl because I want to see whether that fellow in, I think it was Darby, will give our boys here an increase to melee skill in exchange for it. Yeah. 1 stack. 2 stacks. 3 stacks. And I don't remember if they had an inn here. I feel like they have at least a tavern. We have to... That chest is not marked on our map. That chest is not marked on our map. Did we miss this the first time we were here? Oh my god, this chest is still locked. We missed this. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, well this is a great way to end this stream. Wow. Should twixt your ribs an enemy's sharp weapon nimbly slip, thank she whose sacrifice brought forth the send water you sip. Synedrin is responsible for... Yeah, we can make that for the send water. Nope, that's not it. Should twixt your ribs an enemy's sharp weapon nimbly slip, thank she whose sacrifice brought forth the send water you sip. Did I just spell it wrong? Let's try that. I thought there was an A. Nope, okay. That's not it. Well, who else would it be? Who makes the send water? A sister of Synedrin, I guess? I have no idea. I guess, is it the person who, like, invented Sen water? Who would that be? I hate that we can spell Sinadrin, because that I can't think of. Yeah, 42. That's always the answer when you don't know. I don't know. I just don't have the answer to this. Oh yeah, no, that's a good clue. Let's see. Okay, so I did oh, wait a minute. Only the Sisters of Sinadrin knew the location of Denna's fabled spring. Ooh. So maybe it's not Sinadrin, maybe it's Denna? Haha! Okay, awesome. Cadman's Memoir. I feel like we have read that. Yeah, this is lol. That's a book we already have. That's very funny after all that. But hey, we solved the riddle though, and thank you, actually, for suggesting that, or I wouldn't have found it probably. Have we not spoken to this guy? The party stared in amazement. The house sparkled from 1,000 facets in 100 different colors. Rock fragments, crystals, and polished stones covered every inch of wall and roof. The yard was decorated with a chaotic array of marble slabs and granite boulders. Halved geodes bordered the path to the door. "Welcome to Quigley Castle." The man with the fiery red beard spread his arms to encompass his small but impressive domain. "Let me guess. You're a miner," were the last words William said for the next half hour. "You got that right, son. Been a miner near 20 years. Not only here, mind you, but all over the Empire. I've dug chrysocolla in Alona, galena in Antara, chalcedony in Balmestry, ruby in Nathby, tungsten in Everton, phosphorus in Varnas, gold in Berlin, fluoride in Friole, beryl in Breland, mercury in Darby, obsidian in Cardone, silica in Sortiga, talc in Ticor, gabbro in Chuno, diamonds in Durst, rutile in Teal and Camille, mica in Midova, and lapis lazuli in Januli." William tried to break in. "That's really quite a... There ain't a thing I don't know about the highest mountain or the lowest valley. I could tell you tales of a blue-eyed glacier that moves like gnashing teeth, of a molten lava flow boiling inland seas to dust. I could take you down to the blackest pit to search for diamonds clear as a mountain spring. I could show you a pinnacle of ice with a heart of burning coal. I'll share all my tips, everything I know, for just 120 burlas. Well, after that, how could we... Honestly, it would be rude to not pay. Goodness gracious. Phew. What will he give us? William held out a handful of burlas. "Do you think that you could teach us some tricks of the mining trade? Nothing too extensive, but anything that might come in handy on our travels." The miner pocketed the money. "Sure, I'll teach you the ways of pick and shovel, and how to shore up a shaft so it don't cave in on top of you." After an hour or so, the companions had dirt on their clothes, blisters on their hands, and new knowledge in their heads. I'm guessing gave us 10 points in foraging. The single most useless skill in the game, because even haggling kicks in sometimes. Alright, sure. I'm not sad that Kaylin missed that, but I'm glad that we didn't miss it. So... Okay, and I remember that one. That's the burned out house. Well, I'm sorry. The burned out house. Not the burned out house. I should specify. Oh, goodness. And, okay, I remember this guy as well. Well, No inn to stay at. That's alright, though. We can just camp here. Phew. Now, see, that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. Just a nice end to a little adventure off the beaten path. Ooh, and I think that's an end to our adventure for today as well. So I'm going to leave it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and head down the road to Medova, because I don't like doing too much off camera, even if it's just boring battles, because I want to share the whole adventure with y'all, considering that this is my first playthrough of the game. So that way, if I'm surprised by something, y'all can enjoy that surprise with me, you know, and so on. But this should be fairly well-trod territory. So I'm going to go ahead, and between now and next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., when we play Betrayal in Antara again, I'm going to head down to Medova and possibly to Panizzo and just check and see if there is anything new. If I run into something new, I will stop there, and that's where we'll pick up the next stream. If nothing comes up, if it is just mindless combat, and there's no new NPC encounters, no interesting stories anyone has to tell, then what I'm going to do is I will finish up with these two, and I'm going to start heading back around this way. I'm going to pick up the rest of the treasure we've left lying around, sell all of that stuff, go up, buy our armor and Kalen's sword, and get them all enchanted, and get us equipped, and then head back to Choth. And where we will start is we are going to take that note to Locath, which I'm assuming is going to bring us to the conclusion of Chapter 6, and that way we can start out right away with Kalen in Chapter 7, depending on what happens and where they send us next. And so I will see you then next time. Remember to follow and subscribe here on Twitch if you haven't already. It helps us out a great deal. And of course, over on YouTube, if you're watching the YouTube upload right now, then don't forget to subscribe here and turn on notifications so you'll know whenever we update these playlists, which contain all of our streams from the Twitch channel. Thank you, yes. And as I repair my armor, don't forget to follow over on Twitter and Facebook as well, because that is where you can find all kinds of information about what we are doing with the channel, polls about what to play next. In fact, we have one up right now for the Thursday streams, and so you can be a part of that. And I will see you next time, whether that is for the Monday stream, which is Chrono Cross with my wonderful husband Specific Pixel, or next Thursday, which maybe more Disciples Sacred Lands, maybe Disciples 2, maybe something else. Go vote on Twitter so that you have your say in what we do over there. And until then, as always, thanks for playing.